Hi Yvonne, I'm Maddie as you know, and I'm going to be walking you through the session today. So before we begin, I have some information for you, and I'm going to read it to you to make sure that I cover everything. You probably already have a good idea of why I asked you to be here, but let me go over it again. So I want you to try using an app to build custom poi. Do you know what poi is?
Well, kind of.
So I'll tell you, the definition of poi is a ball on a cord. Poi are used in the form of manipulation of an object to do a flow art, usually called spinning. And it's a manipulation, it's a performance-based art that often involves fire or glow poi. So the first thing I want to make clear right away is that we're testing this app, not you. So you can't do anything wrong here at all. As you use the app, I'm going to ask you as much as possible to try and think out loud, to say what you're looking at and trying to do. So just say what you're thinking, basically. This will be a big help to me. If you have any other questions as we go along, just ask them, but I might not be able to help with all of them because this is a test. So, it's not a test, but it's a test for me to figure out what's wrong in the app. So with your permission, we're going to record this and our conversation, if that's all right with you. And it will only be used to help us improve our app. So, do you have any questions for me?
No, let's get started.
Okay, so before we look at the site, I'd like to ask you just a few questions, if that's all right. Number one, what is your occupation?
I'm a teaching and research assistant at UBC and I tutor economics.
Cool. All right, and roughly how many hours a week do you spend on the web or using apps?
Probably like 8 hours, almost 8 hours a day. So that's like, I don't know, do the math, like 8 times 7 a week.
And what's the split between apps and websites? Like, do you use apps more, or do you think you use websites more?
I definitely use websites more. I don't really like apps very much.
All right. And what type of apps are you looking for when you browse app stores, or what type of apps do you have on your phone that you use the most?
Like music apps and photo editing, like social media apps, I guess.
So those are your favorite apps, you'd say?
I don't really like them. I just kind of like, I don't know, I guess there's a few that I like, but more so you just can't use your browser anymore. You have to get the app, so.
Cool. Well, great. We're done with questions, and now we can start looking at things.
Okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, great. So first, I'm going to ask you to look at this page and tell me what you think of it. What strikes you about it? What sites do you think, or apps it's for? What can you do here?
So it looks like a shopping page. It shows items and there's a cart, so obviously you can buy stuff.
Yeah, just look around and tell me what you think about it. But don't click anything, just look at it.
Okay, there's a login and a cart and a search bar and
Cool. Well, thanks.
menu.
Yeah, no, that's all great. I'm going to ask you to try and do some specific tasks. I'm going to read each one out loud and give you a printed copy. I'm also going to ask you to do these tasks without using the search. We'll learn a lot more about this app that way without having that search bar. And again, as much as possible, it will help us if you try and think out loud as you go along. So, here is the task you're performing. So you're performing poi at an underwater sea glow party, and you need to buy some new poi. So, task 1, shop for some custom poi.
Okay, so I'm going to click on the menu to see.
Just keep narrating, that's great.
To see what they have, and then I'm going to look at shop. yellow one. Okay, so I guess it depends what kind of poi I want. If I want a new, or if I want to like browse, or if I want to actually build my own, but I'm not sure. So what do I want?
Well, task 1 is to buy custom poi.
Okay, so I want to build a poi.
Sounds good to me. And I'm going to give you this little check mark here so that you can check off anything that comes along in the next few slides. On the side here you will find there is a little slot where you can insert that.
Okay, so it says I want a LED poi, so I'm gonna check off LED poi and then go next.
Sounds great. Oh, actually, you can keep that.
Okay, so I want to get LED wave pattern with the blue and white colors. So I'm gonna choose blue and white. And for the pattern, I want wave. So I don't think there's wave in there. Nature. Okay, there's the waves. So I want waves. And I guess I check that off too. Okay. I don't.
There you go.
I can't get it. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so blue and white, and then I'm gonna go next.
Great.
Okay, so now choosing a shape. So I want to get an egg slash oval shape with a velvet hand straps. So this one looks like an egg, so I'm gonna take that one, yes, and then strap length. That's fine, I guess default. And then I'll put, so I can see velvet's under soft. So I'm gonna put velvet, and then check off. I can't put that in there.
Here, I'll just put a sticky in that one.
Check off velvet, and then next.
Great.
So, I guess if I want hard plastic or soft plastic, doesn't look like it matters, so I'll just leave soft. And I do want streamers, so I'm gonna say, okay, so I want a soft one. And then I want streamers, so yes, for streamers. Okay. I want them glowy, so they're glowing streamers, so I put that there. And green, because it's underwater, so it's like seaweed. And finish. Okay, so showing me my poi. Am I happy with it? Yeah, looks great. So I'll say yes, purchase. Okay, so I can either pay with PayPal or I can pay with my card here. So I'll just pay with my card and select Visa, and then just type in my information, email address, and then I'll press return. And then I'll go next. Okay, so I'll put in my shipping information, and then I'll press return. Okay, and then I'll press finish. Okay, so it's giving me my confirmation number, thanking me, and there's my tracking link. So I'm gonna go back to World of Poi now.
Great. Thank you. That was very helpful. How did you feel doing that?
Good.
Do you have any questions for me now that we were done, or were you stuck at any parts that
No.
seemed kind of difficult?
No, everything was pretty easy to figure out what to do. You didn't have to, I like that everything was on the one page, you didn't have to scroll or anything. It was easy to see what you needed to select to move on. And I like the buttons were big and easy to see.
Well, thank you very much, Yvonne. That was super helpful. And yeah, thank you.